this is deadly. It's right next to the fuel tank, and I've blown up so many times trying to free that thing. So we're not going to do that right now. We're going to need to get these away. But what I'm going to try to do is pull the fuel tank out first. You can get it with the with the stinger if you want to. I have done it before, but I've also gotten nasty injuries several times trying to do that. When I say nasty injuries, I mean that the ship has blown apart and I've lost all the salvage and my life. So, that's never good. I think, we can agree. That's not what you want. Welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night, and we are back in Hardspace Shipbreaker. I actually had to think there for a moment because I've just come away from playing Grounded with a few of my buddies on live stream on my Twitch channel, so I had to think for a moment there what this was called. But yeah, Shipbreaker. So today, we've moved up now in our certification level. So now, if we look at no, that's the wrong thing. If we look at certification, now we are rank 5. And to go up to the next one, we need to complete 12 work order objectives of any kind. We need 2 Class 1 reactors and 2 Class 1 thrusters. And wow, we need to make like 13.5 million credits. So quite a bit to go yet before we move up in our certification. We've got nothing new in the comms. So today, we've done with the Class 2 ships, right? So here are the Class 2 ships we've done with, right? Now, you'll notice that if we go to ship grade, so the Class 3 ships here where it said easy, 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 easy on the right-hand side of these ship names, Transport Mackerel, Transport Mackerel, Transport Mackerel, right? Okay, they're all cargo. Well, some of them aren't. Some of them have got seats, but okay, so now here, if we go here, we've got medium, hard, medium, medium, right? So then this is a transport mackerel. It's a station hopper, right? So it's still for transporting passengers, but it's much, much harder than the ones before, right? Now down here, we've got the light cargo mackerels. Okay, both of these are light cargo mackerels, the same, you would think, as the ones that are here, but they aren't. They are slightly more difficult. But today, we're going to do this thing, the Leviathan 3, which is a mackerel heavy cargo. Okay, so that's what we're going to start off. I'm going to try to do this in 2 shifts. Now, I've never actually done this in career mode in like 2 shifts. I think I just messed around with it the first time and didn't really know what I was doing. I have done it a couple of times in free play, and I've done it just within 30 minutes. But again, I was kind of feeling my way around, and the problem with free play, as opposed to career mode, which is what we're in now, the problem with free play is, of course, you don't have to return to get tethers, you don't have to return to get oxygen or anything like that, so you don't have to return for any of those things when you're in free play. So although I did it in what would be 2 shifts, it didn't account for returning to get tethers or O2. So we're going to see, the object is to do this in 2 shifts. I'll do it as quickly as I can. I might scrap some things that I otherwise wouldn't in order to get it done in 2 shifts, but let's go for it and see how far we get. It also depends what cargo is inside. Sometimes they have a very, very large communications array inside, and that actually really it stops you gaining access through the airlock in the side, and you have to go through the cargo hatch. But to get through the cargo hatch, you have to get in the ship and depressurize. So we'll see what's aboard when we get there. Also, bear in mind, I was doing it in the free play mode when I did it before. All the times I've done this in the space of 2 shifts, I was doing it in free play mode. So not only did I not have to go back for O2 and tethers, but I had upgraded tools and thrusters, so I had the full set there. Right, so here's the door. Here's what we're looking at inside. I don't know what objects there are in it. It doesn't seem like there's anything major, so we're good there. Right, and also these nacelles are anchored on the inside. So if you've been watching my playthrough and that's all you know of Shipbreaker so far, you won't have seen that yet. So we'll see that today.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Whee! Thank you, helmet lady. It's good to be back.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Okay, so nothing major. So that's like there's a fork truck and stuff. Right, okay. So there are a few things that are different about
Air
this.
pressure level decreasing.
Okay, the first one of which, let's just pick up that data drive before I forget again. So we've got a data drive for more links tokens. The first thing is there is fuel in the lines, which there wasn't in the others. So we need this, look, utility key. If you can't find this, by the way, and you don't know where it is, I know this is wasting time that we need, but if you can't find this, look on objects and it always sort of shows up pink. Because some of the bigger ships, like the Gecko, I mean, you'll never find this. I've never managed to find a utility key in a Gecko. It doesn't mean it's not there, just the Geckos are like the size of a block of flats, so you could be in there a long time. So, we're going to vent. So that's so that we can vent the fuel from the thrusters, which is here. Oh, I thought that was the thruster vent thing. Anyway, the fuel vents to flush the lines are here. There we go. So yeah, like the ones we've done before, you didn't need to do this. But in this one, you need to flush the fuel lines so that you can cut them away from the hull when you're separating it into pieces without exploding. Which is, I think you'll agree, is always good. You know, it's always a good thing. You don't want to explode when you're doing stuff like that. Right, so now we're going to start cutting stuff away. And we have to be a little bit more careful than, you know, we've been before, as you can probably see here. Sorry, I don't know why I was checking my work orders there. Okay. I mean, we can, I guess, do this with the... There we go. There we go. Should have cut that one away anyway. Right, let's cut through these. The other thing with doing it in free play is that, of course, I had to be very careful with my split saw because it can, higher up tiers, it can cut through materials that at the moment it can't. And that can be a bit of a problem. I should have probably not done that. Okay. God damn it. There we go. Right. I say this, and I'm going to try to say this as seriously as I can. This is deadly. It's right next to the fuel tank, and I've blown up so many times trying to free that thing, so we're not going to do that right now. We're going to need to get these away, but what I'm going to try to do is pull the fuel tank out first. You can get it with the with the stinger if you want to. I have done it before, but I've also gotten nasty injuries several times trying to do that. When I say nasty injuries, I mean that the ship has blown apart and I've lost all the salvage and my life. So, you know, that's never good. I think, you know, we can agree. That's not what you want. So we can blow these floors out now. That one's falling away already. So we got... There we go. So, part number one. We are away. Since we've pulled it from underneath the fork truck, let's get that forklift out.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Trying to save tethers to save going back too often, but I haven't seen any O2 yet, so I think we're going to have to go back for that anyway.
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
There you go.
Fuel supplies are available for purchase at the master jet.
Oh, that's fuel, so that's my thrusters.
Account credit applied.
Okay, so we've got some soft crates on here, which just go to the barge. I'm trying not to waste too much time with these little bits and pieces, but I do want to get as much of it as I can. Because as I said, I've never done one of these yet in career. I've only done it in free play. So whether or not we'll achieve what we're aiming for here, I do not know. Let's concentrate on this end of the ship first. I don't think we blew away that floor, so we'll see about that. Oh, we did this, though, so that's moving. No, but it won't. Maybe I've cut it at the top. Let's try. We need to flush this airlock out, because I'll forget. Oop.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
I know I could have just gone out the bottom. I just wanted to flush the airlock because I would have forgotten to do it. Whee! So we need to remove this cargo hatch because I always forget this. These cargo hatches, I always forget to remove these because this goes to the barge. Why? I don't know. Why take everything else off but you can keep the cargo hatch? I have no idea. I'm not at the stage yet where I'm trying to make sense of a space game about salvaging ships. So we're not there yet. Now you'll see on the outside of this, you'll see lots of little cut points like this, right? And it's tempting to cut all that stuff away.
Credits deposited.
And sometimes that can be helpful, but it isn't necessary, is the important point. Right, so here's where the nacelles cut off. So we cut the nacelles away.
Your oxygen reserves are low.
Yep, I know.
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
Okay, so that's where you free the nacelles. Okay. Like that. Boom. There we go. And we will just see if we can pull those down to the barge before we go to get our O2. Yes, there's one.
Warning, oxygen reserves are critical.
I know. Don't worry about it, lady. I got this. We're gonna be good.
Salvage secured.
Don't worry about me, helmet lady. I mean, I know you don't worry about me, helmet lady. I mean, I think we sorted that out quite early on. Your concern for my safety is it's non-existent. There we go.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Oh, and fuel.
Fuel levels restored.
Okay, there we go. So that just cost me an arm and a leg getting all that. So it's tempting, as I said before, it's tempting to cut away all these exterior points. But it isn't necessary because, as you will see when you look at them, see, they go to the same place. So it doesn't really make any difference. They're all going into the processor, so don't waste your time cutting it away. It's just because it really is wasted time, that. One thing I should warn you of, see this plating that's on the outside, this bit here, it goes to the same place, but if you tether that, what will likely happen is the plate will just come off, and you'll end up with a little piece floating out here in space. So just tether it from a stronger point, from like the nanocarbon sections. Now let's remove these power cells. Now, one thing that I hate about the cockpits, and nobody has yet, I haven't seen anyone yet adequately explain this to me so it makes sense, is that once you've isolated the ship from its power supply completely, like everything has been switched off, and you've removed the power cells. So I've done this before where I've removed the power cells and I've removed the cockpit from the main ship, and it's out there. See, at the moment, there's still power. You know how I know that? Because there are lights on in the cockpit. Fairly good indicator that something is supplying it with power.
5 minutes left to this ship before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter. Weaver out.
Thank you, Weaver. Also, of course, in free play mode, you don't get Weaver telling you stuff like that. So now, I'm going to try to pull this thing away. Maybe we'll tether it. Also, when you're tethering these things, of course, make sure you tether it to something that's still attached and not something you've cut off. Sounds obvious, but it's an easy thing to do. I've done it myself. Try, you know. Why do I feel like that's still attached to something? Oh no, it is moving. There we go. It's moving. Right, so now there'll be power cells in here as well. So here we go, look. There's a power cell. Okay. And again, don't pull this away using that plating because the plating will just come off. If we had more time, I would show you that the plating just comes off. Well, that wasn't... Look, it's not pretty, is it? The way, the angle I've got that cockpit hanging there. But now, if I pull this power cell out, the power in the cockpit should fail. Do you see the lights went out inside? So there you go. Lights have gone off. Lights have gone off on the inside. So here is my question. Why, when there is currently no power being supplied to the cockpit,
Salvage secured.
Does this happen?
Credit applied.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. Actually, I've had that happen much worse. Oh, for some reason I can't grab that. I've had it happen much worse, where you grab those things and they short so badly, they virtually explode. And I can't understand why when I've separated them from all power. The cockpit's not attached to the ship anymore, it's not drawing power from the reactor, the power cells are gone, everything's done. And yet sometimes they just go crazy on you. Oops, bashed that against the side, lost a bit of its health. Whoopsie daisy.
Salvage secured.
Now,
Deposited.
I am going to, after I've pulled these computer terminals out, I'm not going to bother with those cargo bins that are inside the cockpit just yet, because I may...
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I may get very seriously short on time in the second shift and decide that I just want to throw that entire
Salvage secured. Account
thing,
credit applied.
the entire cockpit out. In the next shift, after this one, we're going to try to do all the really dangerous things. I'll take that roof off just yet. I think this section here is now free. Let me see. Let me just check. Yep. That's free. Okay. I think that roof plate is off.
Credits awarded.
Yep. That roof plate is away. I think this side plating will come away now, but I'm not sure. Will it?
1 minute left, Cutter.
Yeah, I got you, Weaver. Don't worry about it, buddy. Here, I'm going to cut this off, just because it's attached to the airlock section. Is it attached to the airlock section? Yes, it is attached to the airlock section. So I am going to cut this one off, just because it's kind of in the way. But generally, I wouldn't sort of advocate for removing these, because it's pointless. Oops. I think I did a very good... Oh no, that'll find its way in. It's good. We're good. Right, now this section here should be free
Valuable object. Credits awarded.
to head into the processor now, but I don't want it to tug on the ship, which it might well do. Right, okay, so that's it for this shift. And tomorrow's shift, the next shift, we're going to do all the dangerous stuff. Pulling all the reactor and the fuel cells out. So we made 1.3 million this shift. We destroyed 1 light. That's it, but that's the only thing we've lost. So, or 3 lights, rather, but... You know, I'm not really bothered about those. So we didn't actually lose that much stuff there. Salvage storage complete. Nanocarbon, cargo hatch, metal, computer terminal, and data drive. Salvage power junction box. That is quite difficult. And the reason it's quite difficult is because, like everything else, like the computer terminals I was talking about before, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason as to why they've still got a bunch of power flowing through them, even when you've disconnected everything from the ship that supplies them with power. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but we'll see. So let's look at the equipment, because, yeah, the laser cutter needs a repair. I think the grapple's alright for the time being. We could probably get another O2 upgrade, but that's just pump filter. That just basically replenishes your air while you're in breathable atmosphere, so before you flush out everything from the ship. I don't know why I'd really want that. Now we can increase the scanner range, or we can scan for the systems. I'm going to get this once we get up there, because that is going to be a very handy thing as we get towards the bigger ships. You really do need to see what is in the various systems, because you need to be able to see whether there's fuel flowing through the lines and where it goes. It's grapple strength, tether lifetime. Split saw range. Heat capacity, I think we're going to get, because I kind of think that's going to save me a bit of time. And if we go into the comms and data section here, we can get more links tokens for recovering this data. Right, so we're going to go back out now. No, we don't need to look at the ship catalogue. We're continuing that salvage. Right, we've got 15 tethers and a full O2 supply. We don't need any fuel. So I'm not going to worry about the cockpit, because I might suddenly need to just destroy everything that's in it. Anything that's left in it, anyway. See, there's a power junction box there. We're not going to worry about that yet. First thing we're going to do is remove this. I'm going to take the floor out. Watch out for those fuel tanks. Okay. So there he goes. Look, there's a wrench here, look. Okay, let's try and remove this computer terminal.
Salvage secured.
Okay.
Credits deposited.
There we go. Send that over there. I thought I could flush the thrusters out there, but I guess not. So, here we go. It is time to get rid of the reactor. There it goes. Okay, now cut the roof off.
Credits transferred.
That's not the roof, I know that's the ass end of the ship there, but I've still got those pinning that in, so we're good. Oh. Whee! Okay, now we are going to try to remove this fuel tank before I cut that last tie at the back. It is possible to do it, I just don't want to take the risk. I mean, this can also be quite risky, because, you know, trying to remove this fuel tank while it's still in a tight space. I mean, but it's not likely. You'd have to be pretty careless with that to make it explode. Which, of course, are famous last words, so you know exactly what's going to happen when I try to remove this one, don't you? But yeah, you have to be pretty careless with these. to get them to blow up when you're removing them like this. But you don't have to be all that careless when to detonate them when you're cutting those ties at the back. That's very easily done. Trust me. Trust me, I've tried to do it carefully and only succeeded. Only succeed in doing it carefully about half the time. And it makes sense. That's a lot of heat being kicked off there. And of course, it refracts. As soon as if you don't break off at the right second, it'll you get laser refraction off that back end, and then that's that. That's doomed. Hits the fuel tank and you're buggered. There you go, so let's pull that in there. And this one. Whee! Don't break the tether. There we go. Right. Let's pull the thruster cap off. Right, another thing with these ones, the higher tier ones, is you can't just yank out the thruster cap. They are actually, unlike those other ones that we've seen before, these ones are actually attached. So you have to burn through these ties here to get the thruster cap to come off. There we go. Didn't want to damage it. Normally I don't bother with the thruster cap too much. I just send it where it's going and that's that. But is that out? Sometimes I blast this down to the barge and it's not out yet. Okay, there we go.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay, are we doing reasonably okay? Let's cut these fuel pipes off. Again, you don't need to do this. You can just send the entire thing. Oh, that's all going into the processor anyway. As is that. Oh no, wait. I thought I saw something there that was going to the barge. I might have been imagining the whole thing, but ooh, okay. Right, let's cut this tie. Right, now, I don't think this will work, but let's try to... No, I was trying to blast that away a little bit, but it's not gonna. Right, I want to try to pull this away a bit first. There we go. Oh, that's not going to ding any of that. It probably is, isn't it? Oh no, gonna hammer it against the side. Oh no, we got it. We just reeled it in at the last second there. Right, so all of that's gone in there. Oh look, another wrench. So,
object accepted for processing.
Now let us try to remove this junction box. So let's take that off first.
Warning, oxygen reserves are low.
Thank you.
Salvage secured.
No, see?
Count credit applied.
Like that junction box is fried now. Yeah, see, apparently I salvaged it, but it just
Work order is now complete.
I did complete the work order, so we did salvage it, but it got fried, so that's kind of weird.
Welcome to Metatron 9000.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
I don't necessarily need the fuel there, but... Right, now... Because I'm pretty sure that this is worth more than those cargo containers inside the cockpit. I know most people, again, most cutters that you see on YouTube and that are doing this, they don't bother with this. They don't bother doing this whole bit. I do, because the nanocarbon is worth quite a bit, but I don't want... So I want to separate it from the frame here. Because, yeah, the nanocarbon's worth a fair old penny. Okay. Cut that away. Stop it. Still can't see if that's gone all the way through. Right, let's go and see if I got it on the other side. Probably not. Did I? I think I might have, you know. Right. Let's see if that's actually free or whether I'm going to have to cut those beams at the top. It is possible I'm going to have to cut the beams out. No, it's free. It's good. We're good. Should have probably taken that control panel off the side, but again, I'm not terribly worried about that. I know it'll say, you destroyed a door panel. Oh, hell. Fire. That didn't work out too well, did it? Yeah, you see, that's what goes wrong. Well,
Got
hell.
about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. We wrap.
Right, surely that's loose now. Yep, that's loose now. I don't know what direction I'm facing anymore, but there you go. Okay.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
I'm not going to bother with the one on the inside because I'd rather get the cargo canisters out of the cockpit than mess around with those things. Oops, got myself a bit of a bump there. Oops, nearly. Nearly sent that to the wrong location there. There you go. Right, okay, that's got that. Cool. Where's my
Deposit
cockpit?
accepted.
Right. So, let's rip that door panel up. No, let's not do that, because sometimes that causes that door to go a bit wappy. So, I don't really need these, but... And quite often that happens, when they go kind of crazy on you. Oh, that might bounce off the side of the barge there. I don't know if you even got that. Oh, fuel tank there that didn't quite reach the barge either. Oh dear. There we go. Wow.
Salvage deposit accepted.
So,
Credit
I mean,
transferred.
sometimes stuff like that happens. You quite often don't realise till the end of the shift when you're just scanning around for all the other loose bits and pieces of stuff. I'm not going to bother cutting the glass out. It's way more trouble than it's worth at this stage. You know, if they had some sort of way of detaching the glass without doing the whole cutty thing, then I would, but no.
Salvage
They
secured.
don't,
Credit
so...
deposited.
Oh.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh dear. Didn't work out so well, did it? See, the door's gone mental again now. All right. What have we got in there? I think there's a power junction box and a atmospheric regulator in there. Since we've still got the time. Is there a power junction box?
Secured. Credits deposited.
Thought there was. No, there isn't. Okay. So. Let's not bother with any of that other stuff now. We will just send this home. By the way, this thing moves freely enough that you don't need 2 tethers. If it's a straight shot like that to the processor, you don't need 2 tethers to get it there. It's not likely to break.
Getting down to the wire.
There you go.
Let's put a bow on this shift.
That's why, because it just gets it there a bit faster.
Object
So-
accepted for processing.
We lost the glass, obviously. But now, flick this on. No objects kicking around that we haven't... I don't know what that is. What have I missed there? No idea. Looked like something that didn't quite... Oh no, it's alright, it made it. Okay, so we're done.
Warning.
We're done.
Your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Yes, thank you, Helmet Lady, for your concern. I know she loves me, really. But we don't need that, because the shift is over. And we're going in. So there you go, 1.7 million. How much stuff would you destroy there? Quite a bit. Quite a few lights, 18 lights. The flush switch. Okay, so that could have gone to the barge, I think. It just wasn't highlighting on the thing. Usually I'd cut that off. But it wasn't highlighting the thing, so I guess my bad. A bunch of aluminium there. That was in the cockpit that we sent. Airlock console. Yeah, I told you I didn't pull that one out, and I missed the one on the other side. Aluminium structure from some other piece that we didn't mess. Probably I don't know, not the cockpit, whatever was left on the thingy console, I don't know. 2 doors. Some titanium structure. A piece of nanocarbon that I shouldn't have destroyed. Glass, obviously, we always lose that. But that's not too bad. It's pretty good. All things considered, not bad. Could have been better, but could have been worse. And there you go. We are done. We've got like half of our work order objectives for the quota done. It's the credits that are going to cause us the problem, because we need 13.5 million of them to proceed to the next level, so that's going to take a while. They will both probably make it through the next job, I would guess. So that shouldn't be a real problem. And next time we will look. So we cut one of those. We've just cut one of those down. So we cut the heavy cargo down. There's another one of those. There's a light cargo that's slightly different. Oh, they're all cargo ships though, so there aren't any station hoppers. Which sucks a little bit. Huh. I thought there might be, but like looks like another cargo ship, but might revert to one of the smaller ones. We'll see. But we'll check all that out next time as we slowly work our way towards certification level 6. But that's it from me. If you can follow me on Twitter, if you like, at @knights_arcade, if you want to head over there and chat with us. Me and my buddies about games that are coming up, games that are already out, games that are in the far-flung distant future, or, you know, I don't know, what we did on our summer holidays, innit? But you can also, if you want to check out my live streams, there's a link to that in the video description as well as in the channel header. I stream every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays are when I stream. Saturdays, at the moment, look like they're going to be sub-streams, so sub-guest streams. And we've just been playing Grounded, as I said before we came on here. What we'll do after that, I don't know. How often we'll do it. It won't be every Saturday, but quite often on Saturday. Otherwise, Mondays, I think this Monday and Wednesday, I'll be playing Destroy All Humans. Maybe Wednesday. I don't know if it'll last until Wednesday. But you can find all those links in the description below, as well as on the channel header, as well as the Knights Arcade Patreon, Facebook, and linked to the Knights Arcade Discord server. But if you don't want to do any of those things, but you like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and ring the notification bell to be notified every time I post new content. But until next time, from Knights Arcade, this is Sleepless Night saying nighty-night.